In October 2004, off the coast of New Zealand, lifeguard Rob Howes was training in the water with his teenage daughter and two other lifeguards when 7 bottlenose dolphins suddenly raced toward them and began circling. Howes said it felt strange, almost aggressive, until he saw why. A 9-foot great white shark was moving toward the group. For 40 minutes, the dolphins held a tight formation around the 4 swimmers, slapping the water with their tails, until the shark finally gave up and left. This isn't an isolated story. It's happened again, in different oceans, involving different species entirely, and scientists still don't fully agree on why. Dolphins have no obvious evolutionary reason to protect humans. Sharks don't hunt dolphins the way they hunt people. There's no shared gene pool, no clear survival benefit to the dolphins themselves. And yet, marine biologists have a name for this pattern: epimelectic behavior, caregiving directed at another creature in visible distress. It's been documented in dolphins protecting injured members of their own pod, and, less commonly, extending that same behavior to other species altogether, including us. Elephants show something similar. Researchers studying elephant social structure have long documented how deeply wired their caregiving instincts are, not just toward their own calves, but toward injured or vulnerable animals nearby, including humans. Elephants have a proportionally larger hippocampus, the brain region tied to emotion and memory, than humans, primates, or even whales and dolphins. Scientists studying their behavior increasingly believe elephants experience something close to grief and empathy, not human morality. Something older. Then there's the strangest case of all, because it doesn't involve a mammal. Divers in Indonesia's Lembeh Strait have documented the mimic octopus doing something remarkable, actively choosing which dangerous animal to impersonate depending on the specific predator nearby, flattening into a lionfish's silhouette when threatened by one predator, waving 2 arms like a banded sea snake for another. Researchers who first studied the species called it genuine problem solving, not fixed instinct. Octopuses split from the evolutionary branch that led to humans over 500 million years ago. There's no pack instinct, no parental bonding beyond a single short-lived brood, nothing that should produce this kind of real-time, threat-specific decision-making. If a dolphin recognizing distress in a human is strange, an octopus displaying split-second strategic thinking is stranger still. Its brain evolved in near-total isolation from ours. Whatever produces this kind of intelligence didn't come from one shared root. It might have grown twice, but the whales might be the hardest case to explain. In September 2017, marine biologist Nan Hauser was diving near Rarotonga in the Cook Islands when a humpback whale began pushing her through the water with its head, trying to tuck her under its pectoral fin. She resisted at first, unsure what was happening, until she noticed an 18-foot tiger shark nearby, its body arched in what she recognized as attack posture. The whale kept her shielded against its side for nearly 10 minutes before finally guiding her back to the boat. Hauser, who had spent almost 3 decades studying whales, said she'd never seen anything like it. Her account is her own, and it's the kind of story scientists are right to be cautious about. But it isn't unprecedented. Marine biologist Robert Pittman published a peer-reviewed paper in the journal Marine Mammal Science, documenting numerous cases of humpback whales interfering when killer whales attacked other species, not just other humpbacks, but seals and even other whale species entirely. Pittman's theory is that humpbacks may have evolved a broad protective instinct originally meant for their own calves, one that sometimes misfires and extends to any creature in distress, regardless of species. So what's actually going on here? Scientists have a few competing explanations, and none of them fully close the loop. The first is generalized altruism. Certain animals may have caregiving instincts so deeply wired for protecting their own young that the instinct simply misfires when it encounters any creature signaling distress. The species behind the signal might not matter. The second theory is stranger. Some researchers believe animals like dolphins, elephants, and whales may have a level of self-awareness close enough to our own that they can recognize suffering in another creature and choose consciously to intervene. Not instinct, something closer to a decision. And the third theory is the simplest and maybe the most honest. Maybe we don't fully know. Maybe empathy evolved more than once on this planet, through more than one path, in more than one kind of brain, and we've spent so long assuming humans are the only ones capable of choosing kindness that we never built the tools to properly study it in anyone else. What we do know is this: across oceans, across species that share almost nothing with us biologically, this pattern keeps showing up, documented, filmed, published in peer-reviewed journals. A creature in distress, another creature with nothing obvious to gain, choosing to help anyway. Maybe it's instinct, maybe it's something closer to a choice. Either way, the next time you're in the ocean and feel something brush past your leg in the dark, it might already be watching out for you.